Samantha's love for volleyball began to blossom during her years at Springfield Middle School. Her talents developed while playing on intramural and travel teams. In Samantha's freshman year at Williamsport High School, she earned a spot on the Wildcats junior varsity team.
Well, actually, I met her first volleyball was at Springfield Middle. In the league at Springfield is our feeder system, which really gets the girls ready for high school ball. And she came in as a freshman and already knew, she was going to be something special. She was a little raw, she still needed some refining with her skills, but she was definitely athletic. I mean, very, very athletic. And so she played her JV year as a freshman, and then there was no doubt she was going to be on varsity as a sophomore, and she contributed right away.
Samantha started making her mark on Williamsport volleyball as a sophomore in 2009 when she made the varsity team. She eventually earned a starting spot as an outside hitter, where her athleticism and her ability to impact points both at the net and on defense made her an indispensable asset. She earned Herald-Mail All-County second team honors, and it was just the start of things to come. By her junior year at Williamsport, Samantha was one of the best volleyball players in Washington County.
She definitely wanted to be a leader. I mean, she wanted to put us on her back and take us where we needed to go. And to do that, you have to be on the court the whole time. I mean, yes, you can, and I'll go to Stacy Christie. She was our go-to player this past year. She was our big girl hitter in the middle, and she got us pumped up with her blocks and her hard hits and that kind of thing. But then she'd sit out when she went to the back row. So having Sam on the court the entire time and her into the play, every single play, somehow either passing it or hitting it or serving it or something. Yeah, she was just an all-around good player.
It became clear 2 matches into Samantha's senior season that Williamsport's volleyball team was something special. The Wildcats played host to a Smithsburg team that had won 40 straight matches and were 2-time defending Maryland Class 1A state champions. Undaunted, Samantha led the Wildcats with 12 kills and 14 digs as they defeated the Leopards in straight sets.
Going into Smithsburg, which I knew a lot of them from playing. I played softball with some of them, so I knew a lot of them. And I played volleyball with some of them. We knew going in there, you're playing your friends, and that's harder than playing Hancock that you don't know anybody or something. And it's like you have to look across the net and be like, I don't know them type of thing. But during those games, I remember it was like Sam was my go-to girl. If you need to put the ball down now, it's like she would put it down.
2 weeks later, Williamsport traveled to North Hagerstown for what proved to be the best match in Washington County in 2011. In the third set, Samantha, who had been having an uncharacteristically quiet match, was hit in the face by a spike from North's Peyton Wallach.
Yeah, after she got hit, we all were like, oh, is she gonna come back out, or is that gonna let her get down? And that was probably the one game where, she came up and she knew it was her time to go.
It was like a switch was flipped, and she just took control. And I mean, everything. She did have a couple miss hits. She, didn't have a perfect night, but it was like she had a hit and she'd come back with a bigger one. I mean, it was like she just, I don't know, she was on fire.
After falling behind 2-1, Samantha rose to the occasion, putting away 10 kills in the final 37 points of the match as the Wildcats rallied to beat the Hubs in 5 sets.
I just rewatched it the other day, and I watched the first set, and I just thought to myself, I was watching it by myself, so I thought to myself, how in the world did we win this match? Because that first game was horrific. I mean, we looked like we just got out of bed, and I seriously, I don't remember that at the time. Now that I have seen it again, we had no pep in our step. I mean, it was just no energy. Here you are playing a 3A school that won a state title, and you're not going to lay down. We need to pick it up. And I mean, I'll go back to Bryn Kirsch's quote in the paper where she said, "How did Williamsport beat you?" And she said, "Sam beat us."
I know that the 2 games her senior year, the first one was Smithsburg, only because they had been the team that they wanted to defeat for so many years. And so that was near the beginning of the season, and that was a good feeling for her, I think, to finally her school accomplish that. The other one was the North High match, because it was near the end of the season and both teams were undefeated, and the whole team was just totally pumped for that game. They knew what it meant. They wanted desperately to defeat North, but that game she was sick. She was sick, and I remember the coach wanting to take her out at the end of the game before the match was over, and she wouldn't let her. And after the game, I remember her exiting to go outside to get some air because it was stifling hot in there. And but that was an awesome match. I mean, 5 went to 5, and you know, it was just so intense. And every hit made a difference.
Williamsport finished the 2011 regular season undefeated at 15-0, including victories over 3 teams that went on to win state championships: Smithsburg in Class 1A, Century in Class 2A, and North Hagerstown in Class 3A.
You know, the undefeated season was totally unexpected. I mean, it was something that, of course, every team would love to go undefeated, but to actually do it is, you know, that's an accomplishment in itself. And that's easy to say now. And it was, you know, that's what I had to use when we lost that first playoff game. You guys, you beat 2 state championship teams in your regular season. But, you know, that's not a state championship for ourselves.
In a stunning upset, Williamsport lost to Middletown in the Wildcats' first match of the Class 2A West playoffs. It was the final match of Samantha's high school volleyball career.
During her sophomore year, there was a game that we lost, and she made the last play. It was like she messed it up. Okay, she didn't make the play, and she was upset. I mean, it mattered to her. And I knew from that point on that she had that drive, that she wanted to win. I mean, she was going to win whatever it took. She was going to do whatever she could to help the team win. And it's funny that the point that we lost in the first playoff game, that happened. And you know, I know how she felt, because it reminded me of her sophomore year when that same thing happened. And she didn't have another chance. Like her 10th, you know, when she was a 10th grader, we'll get it next year. It's okay, Sam, don't worry about it. I couldn't say that to her senior year. And it was hard. It was very hard, because I know she wanted it so bad. I mean, it was, you know, a state title was on her mind. I mean, that's what she was fighting for.